Our second one starts the very same way. Decide which side you want on the outside and which side you want on the inside. Fold it lengthways. An accordion fold. We're going to unfold it. Fold it this direction, just temporarily, because we're going to cut just the tops of these 4 rectangles. Okay, so just along here. So we're folding it this way so that we can cut these at the same time. You can also use a straight edge and an X-Acto knife if you want to be a little bit more precise. Okay. So now we have a slit. Fold it back. Okay, so now we have a book with 4 pages, including the covers. Okay. Now this is all double, so we can just leave it as it is, or we can actually create some additional pages and some even like some pop-outs and little doorways. One thing that you have to keep in mind is that if you cut, like if I were to cut this, the top of this page, I would simply be cutting this slit the rest of the way, and so it would no longer fold up like this. If I were to cut this edge, let's see, I would turn this into 2 pages, which I could do. I could also cut like a little doorway here so that you could open it and you could see an image that you had on the inside here. For this demonstration, I'm going to, it's always good to unfold it before you. Okay, so now we have some that looks like kind of sunrise, and then we go back to the blue that's kind of like rain clouds. Now if I were to cut this line, we would just end up with 2 separate little booklets. Okay. Now some of the things that we could do include cutting a little doorway in one of these. I'll show you how to do that. You can actually do it a couple of different ways. First, I'll cut a regular door. However wide you want it. And then you can glue this to the other piece of paper. Now this isn't a necessary thing to do, I'm just showing you some of the options. I know I'm using quite a bit more stuff than I showed at first, where all you need is a pair of scissors. So all of these are optional things to do. Okay, so you open it up isn't sticking very well, but there is glue back there, so you just have to kind of press it. Okay, now we can't cut on the other side because this is the side that is forming the background to this. Okay, but we do have double pages here and here. Okay, and these are the covers, so we could simply glue these together and make the covers a little bit thicker, which would be fine. But if we want a little bit more interaction on this side and this side, we can't cut the tops because that will simply undo the book. But we can create some additional little tabs. So I'll show you. You can do one, like so, and then we can glue this. You don't want to use a whole lot of glue, and you can actually use a glue stick, which is not quite as messy. Okay, so I have one that's an entire part of the page. I have another little doorway that is actually in the shape of a doorway. This one I'm going to show you, it'll be like a little, I don't know what you'd call it. You'll see. Okay, you want them to go up to the same level. Fold it up. And once again, we're going to glue all the area that isn't the doorway that opens up. At this point, you could also add some collage down here. You could like glue a little picture of a character that you had drawn on another sheet of paper. A lot of different things. Okay, so you can do all of those tabs and gluing the pages together and all these different little doorways and additional pages, or you can do this just with the single slit and 4 pages with kind of a double thickness on each one. It's up to you. The third type of book is, once again, we fold the paper lengthwise. Okay, now this one we're going to make a long cut. We're going to start here and we're going to cut all the way along until we reach the fold on the last pair of rectangles. So we're going to cut from here to here down the middle. And you might have to refold the pages backwards on one side. Okay, so this is another accordion fold book. You can leave it as it is. You can add a hard cover here and here, glue it. You can leave this middle page open. You can write something in here or draw pictures that is part of the story but more hidden from view. You can also glue these two pages together to form a single thicker page, but still you know, kind of connected and a little bit more sturdier. You can also do that with part of it and cut either a straight line or a curved one. And then just glue the part. And you don't want to use a whole lot of glue. I'm actually kind of scraping some of this glue off. I added a little too much. Then fold it over. Okay, so now we have, in the center we have a little tab that could show something that's underground, or it could just have kind of a secret message. Okay, so that's our third.